Okay, we ready? I'll do it. Do it right now? Okay, can we just swear in the following new members, or reappointed member, Mr. Ashkenazi, Mr. DeGennaro, Mr. Lensky. I'm just going to repeat after me. Just raise your right hands. Just you can stand up. Just raise your right hands. I state your names.
I, Anthony DeGennaro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
to support the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of the
Constitution
State of New Jersey,
of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the position of
of the position of
member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment
member of the Zoning Board of Adjustment
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, all of you. I'm just going to have each one of you sign yours, and if you can just pass these down, and then just send them back to me. All right.
Yes, please.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Here.
Mr. Chamorro?
Here.
Mr. DeGennaro?
Here.
Mr. DeLomo?
Here.
Ms. Littman?
Here.
Mr. Puccielli?
Here.
Mr. Leneski?
Here.
Mr. Caramanica?
Here.
Vice Chairman Fuller? Mr. Chairman Gill?
Okay, thanks. Call this meeting of July 17th to order. It's a reorganization meeting and a regular meeting. We'll stand for the salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The notice requirements of the open public meeting law for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the notice having been sent to the Asbury Park Press and the Coaster and filed at the office of the Township Clerk. There is an emergency exit through the courtroom doors and 2 exits at the rear of the room. There's no smoking in the facility. No new cases will be started after 9 p.m. No new testimony taken after 9:30 p.m. In addition, the applicant will be limited to 45 minutes of testimony. All meetings will be video and audio taped and shown on the Township of Ocean's community cable channels, 22 on Verizon Fios and channel 77 on Cablevision. All cell phones must be turned off. If you need to make a call, please make the call outside of the meeting room. We swore in members, and now's the time we're going to elect the chairperson. Does anybody want to nominate somebody for chairperson?
I'd like to nominate John Fuller for the chair.
I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, roll call? Sorry. Okay, I was trying to make it easy.
Mr. Ashkenazi? Mr. Chamorro?
Yes.
Mr. DeGennaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Leneski?
Yes.
And Ms. King.
Okay, congratulations, Mr. Fuller, who's not here.
Is that why you were chosen?
That's how he chose him, yeah.
He couldn't
That's what
find
happens.
himself.
Next, vice chairperson. Anybody want to make a nomination for a
I
vice
will
chair?
nominate Anthony DeGennaro.
I'll second.
I'm going to nominate Lisa Littman.
There's no second. That nomination fails, and you just call the roll for the first nomination.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chamorro?
Yes.
Mr. DeGennaro?
I vote for myself, yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Leneski?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that honor. Next, we're going to approve the meeting dates for the upcoming year. A motion to approve the meeting dates for the upcoming year. I'll second.
And that one can be done by all.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Appointment of board attorney, adjustment attorney. Would anybody like to make a nomination?
I'll make a motion to nominate Mark Lexstein.
I'll second.
And that's got to be a roll call.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chamorro?
Yes.
Mr. DeGennaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Leneski?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Look forward to working with all of you.
Yes. Next, Board of Adjustment Planner. I'm going to nominate Mr. Higgins.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Linaski?
Yes. Thank you.
Next is nominating the Board of Adjustment Engineer.
I'll nominate Mr. Matlack.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
And Mr. Linaski?
Yes.
And,
Very much, everyone.
and last is appointment of the Board of Adjustment Secretary.
Uh-oh.
Guess I'm fired.
Anybody?
I'll,
Oh, good.
I'll nominate Nicole.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLomo?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
And Mr. Linaski?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lexstein will swear in the professionals.
So we need to do that.
We need to do it.
I guess we can swear you in for anything that's going to happen this evening.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, do the two of you swear any testimony you're going to give this evening will be the truth, truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you very much.
Okay, if anybody's here for Sam Gabby, 8 Monmouth Road, Block 5, Lot 35 in the R4 zone, that'll be carried to August 21st, 2025 for defective noticing. So notice was not served to the property owner, so it needs to be reserved properly, and it'll be held on the 25th, 21st.
We're not making them renotice in the paper because they did notice? Okay. Right.
Okay.
So you're making a motion then to carry it for noticing for the property owners only.
All in favor? All in favor?
Well, someone's got to make a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Second.
And that can be in all favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, old business, there's none at this time. Resolutions to be memorialized. Can I do all these at the same time?
You can if they're all the same people.
Okay.
Yes.
Wayne G. and Anastasia Marcy, 1902 South Wanamassa Drive, Block 132, Lot 7, R4 Zone, 220 Chatham Ave, LLC, 220 Chatham Ave, Block 25.13, Lot 8, R4 Zone. And then the last one is 144 Monmouth Road, LLC, 144 Monmouth Road, Block 25.25, Lot 33 in the R4 zone.
Mr. Ashkenazi? Only the people that voted on it. Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
And Mr.
Yes.
Did someone make a motion? I didn't hear it.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Positive resolution.
We'll do it backwards, but it's fine.
Role reverse.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, we're on to our first case, which is going to be AEI Holdings, 1400 Highway 35, Block 182, Lot 99 in the 0140 office zone is seeking to amend a prior, preliminary, and final site plan approval to allow for a backup generator, 1 EV charging station, and 5 make-ready EV chargers, along with signage for same. The 1 current and 5 future proposed EV charging station signs are not specifically permitted and therefore require variance. Mr. Stone,
Yes.
I believe, is here tonight representing AEI Holdings.
Yes.
And Mr. Chairman, before Mr. Stone starts, I'm just going to mark in the following exhibits.
Okay.
A1 will be the application itself. A2 will be the color photos of the property. A3 are going to be the architectural plans. And A4 is going to be the preliminary and final site plan. Those are the applicant exhibits. We then have the following board exhibits. Exhibit B1, as in board 1, would be the 2021 zoning board resolutions. And then there are 2 of them. We're going to mark them in together. And exhibit B2 will be the board planners report dated May 19th. And exhibit B3 will be the board engineers report dated June 10th. Mr. Stone, if you just want to give your appearance.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. First, I'd like to thank the board secretary for working it out so that we would be able to go first and fast, because our engineer is leaving for vacation from this door. So
How dare he?
I want to thank you for that. Again, my name is Richard Stone. I've appeared before the board for many years, but this application is AEI. I represented the developer when we came before us a couple of years ago during COVID when we got the approval for the medical arts building on Route 35. Tonight, as Mr. Lexing pointed out, there's two issues that we're going to raise. I'm going to call a single professional, Mr. Larry Murphy. Mr. Murphy is an engineer. He's been qualified before, but if you want me to go through that, of course I will. He appeared and was qualified when we moved the original site plan approval, but I'll call Mr. Murphy now.
And do you want me to swear him in?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Mr. Murphy, do you swear a testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Lawrence Gerard Murphy III?
All right, then Mr. Murphy, you are a licensed engineer, state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Okay, and that's all we require, Mr. Stone, as far as...
Still in good standing?
Yep.
Yes. Testified last night.
All right, so may I
Floor
start,
is yours, yes.
Chairman? Okay. So, Larry, why don't you at least go through what's at the site and the relief that we're seeking tonight, and maybe if you could comment upon both the board engineer's report and the plans report as you go through your testimony.
Maybe we
Sure
can
thing.
expedite it a little bit, because we got a big agenda. Basically, there's a generator being put in, there's no variances associated with the generator, it's not affecting the number of trees on the site. There's a variance for the signage. The signage is the EV signage, which is required by state law.
Mhm.
And then there is the fact that the hot box is bigger and in a slightly different location than approved, and that's beyond the board's control, it's beyond the applicant's control. And the only thing I said in my report is that the hot box should be shown to be the correct size and location. And I think it might have been shown on the original, on the plan as the original hot box.
It was, and then New Jersey American Water dictated, said, here's the hot box you're going to put in, and that's what
That's what is
had to
there.
be done. So there's five EV chargers along Eagle Avenue, one within an existing handicap that was previously approved by the board. That's right next to the building. The generator was located in the only possible location we could put it that wasn't going to displace parking or landscaping or be an eyesore to Route 35 or basically guests of the property. We put it in the back area that's landscaped, and we're shifting some trees around the generator to basically make room for it, maintaining the same number of plants on site, and we're happy to comply with all the comments identified in Mr. Higgins' report and CME's report. All the utilities from the building to the generator will be underground, the gas line, conduits, nothing will be above ground.
It's natural gas.
Natural gas.
So basically, the only real reason you're here is, as far as the variances are concerned, is that the state law more or less preempts the local
Yes,
law,
yes.
and so you're doing what the state law requires you to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're providing 6 EV chargers, actual EV chargers, not make ready, so they're going to have
And they have to have the signage.
the signage on, posted vertically and also on the pavement according to the state law.
So this came in after you were at the board the first time the town or city requested additional charging stations.
So anytime an amended site plan happens, for a lot that has so many parking spaces or so many residential units, you have to provide EV parking spaces.
That happened after the first approval.
After.
Yeah.
The applicant actually wanted to do the EV spaces regardless.
Okay. And Mr. Matlack's letter states plan should be included for construction details for a generator sound enclosure. Is there going to be a generator sound enclosure?
There's a level 2 sound enclosure already ordered. The actual generator's on site, ready to be installed with a level 2
Okay.
sound enclosure.
That satisfy.
And we'll put
Your
that
comment,
detail
Mr.
on the
Matlack?
plan.
Okay.
For
So you put that
clarification.
detail on the plan. You'll update it to reflect the actual hot box
Size, correct.
size. Anything else, Mr. Matlack, in your letter that you would like to see addressed? I don't see anything specifically.
Generally, this is a very minor application, and my comments are pretty minor. The applicant already agreed to comply with all the comments on there, which include relocating some landscaping plantings, and I think that's basically it. Essentially, the applicant was previously approved for 97 parking spaces, and with the addition of the EV spaces, you actually get
Get
credit
credit
for
for more.
double the spaces, so they're now exceeding the parking requirement. So it's a win.
Which would eliminate the variance previously granted for the application from 99 to 97.
You want to point out that
That's funny.
you should take notice that I made my application less than 20 words. Which, for those that know me, know that
Noted.
that's very unusual.
We're gonna hold you to that standard now.
Yeah, right. Any questions from the board?
Where are you going on vacation?
Hilton had 13 hours
Nice.
from here. We'll see how we do, how far we get.
Yeah.
Mother-in-law is going to be in the car. Wife, 4-year-old child. It's going to be brutal. Hopefully everyone sleeps.
You sure you don't want? We could talk for another hour.
You're gonna make it to Neptune.
I'll make a motion for.
Well, we still need
But
to.
we could public.
No,
Any questions for the public for Mr. Murphy? Any questions for Mr. Murphy? Okay, motion to close the public hearing or comment section.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Wait a minute,
Mr. Chairman.
Right, that was
Wait,
just
now-
closing
now
the
we-
public. Now we have to-
Now we go.
Does anyone want to make a motion for resolution?
Positive resolution.
Second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Shimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLuca?
Yes.
Ms. Lippman?
Yes.
Mr. Cuccielli?
Yes.
Mr. Lynch?
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Mr.
much.
Stone, Mr. Murphy, enjoy your vacation.
Accommodation.
Of course. Okay, next
Thanks, I appreciate it.
next case we're going to hear is Julia Gordon, 411 Roosevelt Ave, block 25.26, lot 1 in the R4 zone is seeking permission to construct a second-story addition. Minimum front yard setback required is 30 feet, where the existing setback from Cliffwood Road is 12.5 to the house and 11.5 to the covered front porch. Whereas the proposed front yard so is 12.5 to the second story and 11.5 to the covered porch. Minimum side yard setback required is 10 foot, where the existing side yard is 5 foot, and also proposed minimum lot coverage required is 25% maximum building coverage, where the existing building coverage is 15%. Proposed is 29.4. A note: the property is on the corner of Cliffwood Road and Roosevelt Ave, which creates 2 front yard setbacks.
And
Would you like to swear them in
I
or
will.
mark the packets?
before I do that, let me just mark in the exhibits. Exhibit A1 will be the variance application itself. Exhibit A2 will be the survey. Exhibit A3 will be the architectural plan. I then have Exhibit B1 is in Board 1 will be the zoning officer's report. Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report. Exhibit B3 will be the board engineer's report. And I'll swear you both in. You do not have to stand. Just raise your right hands. Do you swear any testimony you're about to give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And if you'll just both state your names for the record?
Julia Gordon?
Brody Gordon.
Okay, thank you. And you are the property owners, correct?
I am, yes.
Just you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Gordon, whoever would like to go first, please tell us why you're here.
Sure. So we moved here in 2018 when we were dating. We're now married. We have a kid. We have one coming very soon.
Hopefully not tonight.
We love the town. We love our house, but we just need it to be a little bit bigger for our growing family, so we can stick around here a little bit longer. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, and can you just tell us a little bit about exactly what you're doing to the house, the property?
Sure. So the house is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath bungalow, 1-story, with a pull-down attic. We're looking to add a second story onto the existing structure, adding 1 bedroom, so it would be 2 bedrooms and a bathroom upstairs, and then going from 1 bathroom, full bath, to 2 full baths, and then 2 half baths.
Okay. And the reason you want to do that, obviously, is your family is growing.
Yes. The house is great. It's just getting a little tight.
Running that room.
Yeah. Yeah, just the house is built
Mr. Higgins?
I don't have any real problems with the application. Basically, the additions are just going vertically. It's a substantially undersized lot, and it's a corner lot, so it requires two street
front yards,
frontages. If they strictly held to the side and front yard setbacks, the building would be 12 feet wide. So I think what they're doing, the fact that they're not increasing the magnitude of the setbacks horizontally, they're just going vertical. I don't have a problem with it. There was a question that I had in my report regarding the building coverage, and as I understand, the building coverage is 29.4%, which would require a variance. 25% is permitted. But again, it's such an undersized lot to have a decent size house that's consistent with other houses in the neighborhood. It should be a little bit bigger.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with that. And there's an existing garage that's non-conforming, and the applicant should understand if it ever has to be altered, enlarged, or replaced, they'd have to put it in a conforming location, or they'd have to come back to the board.
You gonna reside the whole house? Redo the outside of the house entirely?
Yes.
Okay. Match consistent with the neighborhood?
Yes.
Nothing
Yeah,
crazy?
we'd love to keep it like looking as similar as to how it looks as possible.
Okay. Mr. Matlock, any?
I
Questions,
have a
comments?
couple minor comments, nothing major, just a correction on the impervious coverage calculation on the plan. It's within the impervious coverage, and there's a bathroom and laundry room proposed in the basement. Just verify the depth of the sanitary sewers.
Can comply with those requests? Pretty simple requests. Okay. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the public?
And we should say questions and comments.
Questions and comments, sorry, yeah. No questions or comments? Okay, make a motion to close public questions and comments.
Second.
Do we have to do a roll call or can I do this all at the same time?
For the actual vote to.
No, this is for the closing.
Yeah, no, that can be all in favor.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone would like to make a motion?
I move for positive resolution.
I'll
second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLoma?
Yes.
Ms. Lippman?
Yes.
Mr. Puccielli?
Yes.
And Mr. Newsom?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Just, you don't even have to do a motion to close the public comment section if you
No?
don't want.
I could just close it? Okay.
Just a second.
That's even better.
That's why you do your turn.
Yeah. Good thing we nominated you. Okay, next case we're going to hear is Wendy Purcell, 1301 Woodlock Ave, Block D, 126, Lot 9 in the R4 zone. Is seeking permission to construct an uncovered expansion of the front porch facing Woodlock Ave. Minimum front yard setback is 30 foot, where 25.7 to South Wanamassa Drive and 13.9 to Woodlock Avenue. Looks like there's
And,
something missing
Mr.
there.
Chairman, if I can, Exhibit A1 will be the variance application, Exhibit A2 will be the plan, Exhibit A3 will be the survey. And then we have Exhibit B1 as in Board 1 will be the zoning officer's report, Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report, and Exhibit B3 will be the board engineer's report. And let me just swear you in.
Yes.
Do you swear your testimony you're about to give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Wendy Purcell.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Purcell, could you tell us why you're here tonight?
I
What about
had
your
my
case?
house sided and I want to add a 13.9 foot by 5.4 foot deck. Uncovered.
It's an uncovered front porch, correct? It would be an uncovered front porch.
Correct.
And nothing exists there now?
I have to my front door, I have a front stoop.
Is that covered?
That is covered.
Okay, so you're just extending that coverage. Well,
I'm
that's
going from the
towards South Wanamassa
to the
Drive.
south of my house. I'm ending at the south of the house.
Same. Is it the same width out as the what's on your? Or are you going further out than what's on your front stoop now?
No, it's the same width as my front stoop.
Yeah, it's the same width, but because the front lot line is not perpendicular to the house,
It gets
the
narrowed down.
setback gets
Yeah.
reduced slightly.
Got it.
As we go out, okay.
But it makes more sense to do that than to have an annual.
Of course,
front
yeah.
porch.
Okay.
And it's a grossly undersized lot, so it's very similar to the last one in terms of, it's very undersized and it's a corner lot. So you have 2 front yard setbacks on a lot that's less than half the size that the ordinance requires.
Okay.
So I think there's a hardship there.
Seems pretty straightforward. Any other comments?
Not really,
Mr.
no.
Higgins? Mr. Matlack?
The only comment I had was, how tall is the deck, approximately? Really, is it less than 3 feet tall?
This is where I'm confused. The flooring, you're
Yes.
asking whether, yes,
Yeah.
it is just under 2 feet.
Okay. The ordinance requires that if it's over 3 feet, there has to be a lattice or a screen to enclose it. But if it's under 3 feet, then that requirement doesn't apply. So there's really, I don't have any other issues.
Okay.
So just so you understand, it's gotta stay where you just said it's gonna stay. It's not, okay, so we don't
Will
create a new
be.
variance, thank you.
Trust me.
Any questions from the board? Yeah, it shows 24 inches on the drawing that's provided as part of the packet. Any questions from anybody on the board? No. Any questions or comments from the public? No. Okay, I will close the public questions and comments then by myself. Would anybody like to make a motion, please?
Make a motion for a positive resolution.
I'll second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Chmura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLuca? Ms. Littman?
Yes.
Mr. Cucchioli?
Yes.
And Mr. Vineski?
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you
all
very much.
very much. Much appreciated.
Next case is Marco Palacci, 802 Monmouth Road, Block 60, Lot 12 in the R1 zone, seeking permission to keep an existing pool patio in the rear yard within the side yard setback. An accessory structure, including pools, patios, decks, pads, must maintain the required 50-yard setback and 10-foot side and rear yard setback, whereas 3.7 and 4.7 side to a pool patio was constructed.
Alright, and Mr. Chairman, I have the following exhibits to mark into evidence. Exhibit A1 will be the variance plan, Exhibit A2 will be the final as-built survey, Exhibit A3 will be the existing conditions variance plan prepared by Insight, and then A4 will be the variance plan prepared by Insight. And those are your, then I have the following additional exhibits. Exhibit B1 will be the zoning officer's report, Exhibit B2 will be the board planner's report, and Exhibit B3 will be the board engineer's report. And those are your exhibits.
Swearman?
Yes. Sir, let me just read it. Do you swear a testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And just state your name for the record.
Marcus Palacci.
Alright, and your witness? Do you swear a testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? And just state your name for the record.
Jennifer White, and
Okay.
I'm a licensed engineer in the state of New Jersey.
Thank you, Ms. White. And your license is in good standing, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Palacci,
Hi.
why don't you tell us what brings you before us tonight?
So I'm a resident. I'm a resident owner at 802 Monmouth Road. I had a pre-existing backyard when I purchased the house, and I redid my backyard, mostly like repositioning, made a pool from a circle to a square, and replaced the pavers. And when I was doing this along the road, I dealt with a bunch of contractors. They all turned into lawsuits. It was a very long journey. I started single and I ended it married with a few kids. So it was a very long time. And when I finished it, I didn't know that the pre-existing pavers that were there, once you removed it, you're not allowed to have it anymore. So my yard, my property is like a very big square in the front, and it goes into a pizza slice on the back. And then afterwards, going through the motions, when I kept on going into the office next door, or right here, I couldn't get it approved, so I went through the process of doing the variance.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, are the pavers there now or not?
The pavers were there now, and they were there before.
They were there now, we put them back in.
but when you re-put them back
Yeah,
in,
no, I understand that.
Oh,
Just-
sorry.
but they're currently there.
they're currently there, yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question. On those pavers, when you remove the pavers that were there and put new pavers in, does it change anything, or is it the same location where the previous pavers were from the large pavers?
It's the same location, but from looking at the previous plans to this plans, it went a little longer.
So you made them bigger than they were.
Just took over a little bit more area.
How much area?
Maybe like 5 feet, 6 feet.
So you did change from where they were.
No, they're exactly where they were. Just let's say they originally went in like up to here. It went a little longer. Yeah.
You made it bigger.
Of about 5 feet.
Yeah. And what about the pool? What did you do with the pool? Did you change the shape?
The pool was squared off, so they used the existing space that the pool took up, but they just excavated a little bit more to square off the shape.
Now, when you say you spread out the shape, that's for the pavers? Or
That's-
the actual pool itself?
That's for the actual pool itself.
So you did construction to the pool?
Yes.
So the question I have is, did you get permits to do that?
Yeah.
You did.
Yes.
So you had permits and our engineers came out and the inspectors came out and inspected the pool?
Everything was approved.
So the only thing that wasn't approved were the pavers.
Correct.
How is it on impervious coverage? Yeah, it looks like it's all pavers.
They're compliant on,
It's within the allowable
This is
impervious
existing,
coverage,
this is
and,
Goes.
Ms. White, can you talk about the dimension that's proposed on
This whole
the plan?
area into
yes.
the building.
So along the side property line where the patio encroaches, we're going to be providing a few yard inlets that connect to a pipe that go to a perforated pipe wrapped in stone to allow for some infiltration, and then what doesn't infiltrate will overflow from an inlet provided into the backyard area.
What is the, beyond the patio?
There's just a wooded area and a stream, so there's no, not backing up to someone else's pool, there's a stream there.
It's a golf course. Is that their where the woods are?
It's in that like wooded area, but it's not directly adjacent to the golf course.
You know, I see that the first submission has a lot coverage calculation sheet, but looks like the front yard revision does not have that same lot coverage calculation. You don't happen to
Plan are you looking at? Are you
looking at 1 of 1 R1 11325 front yard revisions versus
Final as-built survey.
final as-built survey, and then the one that has the coverage calculation is the previously constructed swimming pool. So it was almost like an as-built of the existing conditions.
So we did an as-built, and then we used that as-built to do this plan that has the coverage calculation on it.
Okay.
So the as-built is the survey that you submit with the application.
So this paver, 2,785 square feet, is the actual that's present there now?
The 2,785, yes.
Okay. But you don't know what it was previously, is my question. I was trying to
So this is, I
figure
have,
that out.
do you want a copy of this? This is the originally approved plan.
Sure.
Okay.
Wouldn't mind seeing it.
Approved by whom?
This was approved by Ocean Township.
Well,
Just zoning, it didn't come before the board or anything
No,
like
it didn't
that.
come
I'd be
before the board.
even if you could just read what that number is.
So what was there before anything was constructed? We have 1,317.
And we should mark that in.
Oh, that, you know what? They had, sorry. They have a paver patio and they had a concrete patio. And that concrete patio was 849, so added together, that's about 2,000.
About 2,200 square feet versus 27. So you added about 500 square feet. About a fifth, just 20% more.
Ms. White, can we, what's the date on that plan?
This one is originally dated 4/26/21 and last revised 8/10/22.
4/26/21, and what was the second date?
8/10/22.
Square feet.
10/22. All right, I'm gonna mark that in as Exhibit A5, just so we
I'd
have
like to
it.
see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when the pool was round, then, you're saying?
Yeah, so this shows, this has the original property survey from before construction, and then it has what was originally proposed.
That's gonna be on the.
Okay, we'll see it on that. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, we're all looking at the two drawings, trying to figure out what the
Yeah.
difference is.
Thank you.
Okay.
Basically everybody, yeah.
Widen this circle.
So it does, I mean, this drawing does show the old pavers being removed and being replaced, but it shows it being replaced slightly bigger, but not as big as you ended up doing it, it sounds like.
Yeah, overall, this plan shows just over 200 square feet of additional impervious compared to, from the existing to the proposed. And that was what was submitted to the township, building department,
Yes.
and that was approved by the township, not by the.
And now we're,
Ben,
Yeah, now the total is 9,389, so it's slightly more than what was originally,
so it's 100 square feet more,
yeah.
is the answer to our question, I
Right.
guess. That you were asking Gino.
the variance though is for the side yard setback, right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Yeah. So on the older drawing, on this drawing, I'm noticing that that 10-foot side yard setback is met by the proposed patio, except for two areas that are noted as 3-foot wide emergency walkway.
Yes.
Is there, this is a question for Mr. Matlack, because I don't know. Is there something in our ordinance that permits an emergency walkway, as it's labeled here, to be in that setback? What I'm coming around to is this drawing actually compliant? Would this drawing not require a variance as it's been laid out?
Which one is the emergency walkway?
It's where the two
It's-
the rectilinear things sort of.
It's where like the two triangles
If the
jut in.
walkway is 3 feet wide or less, so it's 3 feet, right? Then it's not subject to the setback requirement. If it's anything more than 3 feet wide,
Okay.
it's subject to the setback requirement.
Then this
And one thing you should be aware of too, is that this lot, which is substantially non-conforming at the rear of the lot, because the ordinance requires the rear lot line to be 50% of the required lot width, which is 75 feet. In this instance, the rear lot line's only 40 feet. So it's much narrower at the rear than you expect for a normal lot in the side.
okay.
But
I
that's,
think that drives the,
But I guess what the question is, was, under what was originally approved by the town, there would have been no variances necessary. I think that's what the question was.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, so you went from,
Which, the reason I'm asking that is because I just want to point out that Insight did their due diligence to provide you a plan that was compliant. If it had been built according to this drawing, you wouldn't be here today. So, you guys did, you were aware of the ordinance, you were aware of the setback, and it was designed to be compliant.
Yes.
Ultimately, what was installed obviously is not.
I wasn't so aware. No, like I
Fair
don't.
enough.
I didn't even know how to read a plan at the time. I just hired these guys and shocked afterwards, sort of.
And that previously existing patio, that was only 2.5 feet from the property line. So that was an existing nonconformity, and
Got
the
it. Yep.
way the patio is now, it's about 3.5 feet 3.7 feet at its closest point. So that's improving what was previously there.
This pool's already in, right?
Yes.
in the patio.
Sounds like everything's done already.
Yeah. It could have easily been fixed by shifting that, but can't do it now.
Technically, that's not true. I mean, I'm just telling. Obviously, it'd be a hardship on the, not hardship in a variance sense, but it'd be a financial hardship. But I don't want the board to ever think on any application, and we've done it here. We had that application that came in a while ago where the guy had built his pool and everything like that, and he's making the same argument. And the board basically said,
Well, it's
no, you
crazy
gotta go
pool.
back. It was crazy, yes. And I'm not suggesting that you do that here. I just don't want anyone to ever think that just because something's already installed, that you
No,
have to approve it. It is not the case. You always can turn it down.
Is conforming.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that everything, and
Just a walkway.
I'm just saying in general, I don't want the board to ever feel just because the applicant comes in here and says, I already built it, that you are somehow locked into keeping it. You always can say, no, we're not granting the variance. If that's on you, you have to deal with it now.
Yeah, I guess,
I'm not suggesting you do it
No,
here.
no, no, no.
I'm just saying in general.
I think the concern we have, and the board can speak up if they want to, is that we consistently now see these cases of pools coming in where they put a pool in, they get approval, and then the contractor comes in and does more than what he's supposed to, and then you have to come in front of us with a variance, and it's month after month after month we're seeing the same thing happen, and it's unfortunate that you as the homeowner are being burdened by this, but the fact of the matter is,
So unfortunate.
but the fact of the matter is that, you know, people have got to become aware that they can't do this.
I don't think I'll do this again.
Wow. I know
Build a
you won't
pool.
do
I
it.
should have kept the original pool. It was a nice pool. It wasn't worth it.
So I have a question. You said that you're involved with lawsuits with your builders. Would one of the lawsuits be referencing the pavers being installed incorrectly?
That could be part of it, but the main concern is I went way over budget on this project, and they all did horrible work. It just all the
You're suing them for unsatisfactory work that they've done.
correct.
That's what you're doing.
When they were doing this, I didn't even know that they didn't keep the plan. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I just saw it was there before, and they put it back. It made sense to me. But
But when they ordered the pavers for the job, they would order the pavers based on what the plans were, known square footage. They wouldn't order extra pavers.
I'm not really sure.
You're paying for them.
I paid for what they told me to pay for. You know, I don't really know like square footage.
Usually they you know, if you have plans for a job, you order the materials that you're gonna need to perform the job, especially on a paver job. It's pretty easy to figure out what square footage you're gonna need with pavers and to install them. So your builder just ordered extra pavers and decided just to install them?
So I didn't know how to read plans at all before this. Zero. I started looking at it more. My real headspace was, this was there before, and they put it back. So I couldn't even mentally understand how it was wrong, because that's what I saw there.
When they put it back bigger than what it was. They didn't put back exactly what was there. They extended the pavers.
They extended the pavers a bit, but like I didn't even understand what an offset was.
You're specifically talking about the side, like the setback.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the
setback,
side
yeah.
part. There was more pavers. I'm just talking about the side.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't describe it, but
Okay.
there's a little tree line, and like if there was no pavers there, it would just be there'd be no backyard.
The only issue is the two little triangles, right?
No, it's the
That's
that's the approved plan. The one that was installed doesn't have those triangles because it's
everything along that.
it's
that
everything
side
along
property
the left side.
Because where the two triangles are on the previously approved plan, that kind of gives you an idea of what the 3 foot, call it the emergency walkway, which is allowed to be within the 10-foot side setback.
Okay, I get it.
But if it's wider than 3
Yeah,
feet,
I know.
which is the majority of the pavers on that side,
Struggle with
it has to meet the 10-foot
'cause it's like
setback.
they
So
should-
they're within
It's in it's just paved.
3.7
I
feet
can remove
at
a section of pavers and
this
put them.
closest point. So that's the variance that's being requested.
Is
Any
the
idea,
variance just that side?
Yes,
the 10
the
foot-
other side is conform.
The other side is fine.
Property line's way up.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah, they're well within the setback on those.
Yeah, yeah.
What size paver? How big are these pavers? What size pavers are they? Are they small? You know, like
I actually know the size
Yeah,
of each one.
yeah, each one.
I think it's a 24 by 36.
Oh, jeez, they're big. I was hoping they were smaller.
Can I ask a question? I see it looks like a hedgerow or something along the side there. What, can you explain what that is? Is that arborvitae? Is it shrubbery?
These shrubs here.
Those are all arborvitae trees that've been there for a long time.
How tall is it?
Hmm?
How tall approximately?
Tall.
Pretty tall.
10, 11 feet.
You plan on keeping them
Is there
there?
a fence
Yeah.
behind them?
Yeah, there's a fence
There's a
behind.
fence behind them.
Okay. Any other?
I mean, if the board's concerned about the tree line to shielding the properties next door, you could always condition this upon a deed restriction being recorded that requires that tree line to be maintained or to have to come, and if they, whoever wants to take down those trees at some point, they've got to come back to this board for adequate screening. If that's something you want to do, if you're concerned about it.
Okay. Any other questions? Well, Mr. Matlock, I'm sorry, I didn't
That's
go to
okay.
you.
I do have a couple things in my report that I want to address. There is a 10-foot easement in the backyard. It's not clear exactly what the easement is for. Actually, kind of seeing the plan, the exhibit that was just passed out, it looks like it may be a drainage easement. First thing I would recommend that proposed overflow inlet just be pulled back a few feet so it's outside of the easement. And then the other thing is that there is an existing retaining wall. I don't know how long that's been there. Perhaps that was installed with the pool, but that's also within the easement. Can you talk about that? Is that
proposed,
required?
Ben, or is it there already?
The retaining wall's already there. It looks
Okay,
like.
so nothing's proposed, because that's what I got confused when you said
Nothing's
proposed.
proposed, correct.
The retaining
The
wall.
retaining wall, yes.
So that was an existing timber retaining wall that was replaced in the same location.
Okay.
It was
Is
not in great condition.
okay. Is there a head wall back there?
It's on our survey, so I believe there is, but we couldn't find anything. We don't know what's going there, or where it's going.
Okay. So the timber wall isn't like part of the head wall or integral
No,
to it or
they're
anything like that.
separate.
So I think the easement is not really specified on the tax map exactly what it is. It just says 10-foot wide easement. So typically you don't want to have anything in the easement because the township needs access to it. So I would recommend that the retaining wall be pulled back as well so that it's not in the easement.
Can I say something?
Sure.
My house is off a cliff, like a 30-foot cliff. So here's the land, and then it goes into a 30-foot cliff, and then there's some woodlands or wetlands, and then there's a golf course.
Yeah, that's on the north side of your property, right? The north side of your property slopes very steeply.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you moved that wall, there's nowhere to go. It's off a cliff.
So I think Mr. Malik specifically talking about
Ju-
the
just
piece of the
the-
retaining wall all the way at the back of the site. You might not
Just
even.
in the easement in the back there.
So you see how there's, and this line's the easement line. You see how the wall goes in there.
So sorry, I don't even know what a head piece is. Never heard of it before.
So we would just have to pull this back.
Okay.
And there's a drainage structure in there. Is that what you said?
It looks like there may be a head wall, which is like an outlet.
Yeah, an outlet
point.
structure. Yeah.
It looks like that may exist there, that maybe a township drainage system. I'm not exactly sure. It's not very clear on the plans, and I don't have any other information about it. Like I said, looking at the tax maps, it's not exactly clear what the easement's for. But based on what I see here, it looks like there could be structure. So we want to make sure the township has access to that.
So that head wall would not be his responsibility because
No,
it's the
that would-
townships?
That would be the townships.
Okay, so the recommendation is just pulling back the retaining wall outside the easement.
Yeah, and it's only,
It's 5 feet.
probably
Yeah.
7 feet.
Yeah.
You would have to pull that short section back.
I promise you, there's nothing there. I live there. I'm telling you, there's nothing there.
Well, you don't know if there's
Well,
something underneath the
We
ground.
don't know. There
Yeah.
could be
Something on the ground.
there. And, or the township may wanna put something there.
Okay. I'm happy it's not off the cliff.
Okay, anything else,
And
Mr.?
so, Ben, the chain link fence that's there, it references that, is that your fence?
The fence around the property?
Well, no, it says chain link,
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's my fence.
there's a fence on top of the wall. Yeah, so that would also have to get pulled back as well.
One on the back, only on the back.
yeah, you have to move everything, I mean, Jen can show you how to do it, but it's gotta be, everything's gotta come out of the easement.
Okay, any questions from the board? No, Mr. Higgins, anything further? Would you like to-
Not really, no, just, the one thing I do wanna point out is because of the topography on the north side of the lot, looks like about 20 feet of the lot width is not usable. So again, everything is being forced to the south side of the lot. And considering the fact that what's being what exists there now, what he's proposing to retain, is heavily screened, I don't have a big problem with it.
I got a question. When you have an easement on your property, can't you shouldn't put anything on it, or you can, but if the utility, whatever utility it might be, if they need to do work, then they're gonna,
The town, if the rights to go into that easement and do whatever they need to do
Right.
to maintain their infrastructure. So if you put something on that easement, could be a shed, could be a retaining wall, the town can at any point come in and destroy it and remove it to be able to access whatever the township owns there, and they don't have to replace it.
Yeah, no,
So
he
it's-
understands that,
Yeah.
but you can put something on that easement, if you're willing to take the chance. You can't have a permanent
Technically-
structure.
Technically,
Not
right,
a
I mean,
permanent structure. Thank you.
yeah, we have a problem here is that we don't know what this easement is, we don't know what the wording of the easement is. So I've seen it done both ways, but ideally you don't wanna put anything within an easement.
Obviously,
Yeah.
right,
Right.
because it can come down at any
It
time.
would be in the best interest of the homeowner, I think, to not have anything in the easement, because if the town did come and have to excavate to uncover a pipe, it would probably make the wall unstable, and he would probably have an erosion issue after that.
Oh, so it's better to address it now.
Correct.
I'll tell you, I'm 50-50 on this, but it's what Mr. Matlock proposed, and I'll tell you, like I've told other, don't come back with another issue. Cause it's gonna be, get a jackhammer and a saw will cut it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, same. I'm torn a little bit here, I'll be honest. I mean, I feel for the homeowner, but these, the fact of the matter is the contractors are going wild in this town and it's,
We should call the contractor back.
Yeah.
Maybe we should postpone this, call the contractor back and listen to why he did what he did.
Well, being that he's in litigation with him, I don't know that they're gonna show up.
I tried to call the guy a lot of times. Doesn't answer.
okay, any other questions from the board? Otherwise, questions or comments from the public? No, okay.
Do you wanna maintain the screening?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so as a condition of approval, there's gonna have to be a deed restriction, recorded that you are maintaining the landscaping that's along that border. Which means like if those trees ever die, or you wanna replace them, you've gotta come back here. They've gotta be replaced because they're protecting lots 15, 14, and 13. Okay? I mean, really, they're 15 and 14, I guess it doesn't reach out to 14.
Okay, I'll close the public comment portion.
So what are the restrictions?
Let's the restrict.
Conditions?
There's a deed condition on the lot for the screening and
Yes, he did.
the retaining wall needs to be pulled back outside the easement area. That's the one.
Yes.
That's the one that I know of. Any other conditions, if approved?
Those are the only ones I have, the
Okay.
deed restriction and moving the fence and wall outside of the easement area.
And the drain.
And the drain.
The drain pulled back too? Is that what
Yep.
it is?
And we'll just, again, note for the record, I know we opened it already, but there's nobody here from the public who wants to comment on any of that additional information. No, okay.
Anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion for a positive resolution.
A second.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Shimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLoma?
Yes.
Ms. Whitman?
Yes.
Mr. Cucciari?
Yes.
And Mr. Winnet?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much.
Have a good night.
Go get that contractor. Okay, next case. Alexandro and Maria Nascimento. Did I say that right? 109 Adams Ave, block 17.01, lot 8.02 in the R4 zone, seeking permission to retain an existing technical 3-story dwelling along with an in-ground pool, patio, and concrete pad that were constructed in violation of the zoning approvals. Maximum stories permitted is 2.5 above grade. Technical 3-story above grade exists in the proposed. Maximum building height permitted is 35. Note the finished floor elevation is 41.5 with a front spot elevation of 36.5, which is 48 inches above finished grade, where 36 inches is permitted. It has a rear spot elevation of 37, which is 55.2 feet above finished grade, where 54 is maximum permitted. Due to this, the basement becomes the 1-story, and the first floor becomes the 2nd story. Second floor becomes a 3rd story. Accessory structure, including pool, patio, deck, pad, etc., must maintain the required 30-foot front yard setback and 10-foot side and rear yard setbacks, 4 foot from the concrete pad, 29 foot from the front pool patio, 6 foot for rear to pool patio. Mr. Edinger is here representing Mr. Nascimento. Did I say that right? Nascimento.
Yes.
All right, and I'm gonna mark in the following exhibits. A1 will be the variance application. A2 will be the foundation location survey. A3 will be the final as-built survey. A4 will be the architectural plans. A5 will be the plot plan. And then the board will mark in its own exhibits of B1 is the zoning officer's report, B2 is the board planner's report, B3 is the board engineer's report, and B4 will be the 2023 planning board resolution.
Okay, Mr. Edinger,
Yes,
floor is yours.
yeah, thank you very much.
Swear. Do we want to? Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, just putting your appearance, and
Paul Edinger appearing on behalf of the applicant.
then do you want us to swear in your witness?
Please.
Do you swear any testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Sir.
And just state your name for the record.
John Belezza.
Mr. Belezza, you are a licensed engineer, state of New Jersey?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, as indicated, the property in question is 109 Adams Avenue, Ocean Township. It's a house that's already been built. There's some technical issues that have arisen from that. Mr. Letts is going to address all of those. It's indicated on the planner's report and the engineer's report that it's a technical 3-story family dwelling. This involves a portion of the pool patio and a concrete pad. We're requesting some variance relief in regard to these items. In regard to the height of the building, I'm going to let Mr. Belezza start his testimony in regard to that because it involves some technical explanation that I'm not really qualified to even offer to you at this point. So if I may have Mr. Belezza testify and Mr. Belezza, you can begin to explain the situation in regard to the height of the building.
Sure. As far as the building height goes, as Paul mentioned, we had submitted a plan. It was approved by Ocean, fully conforming with respect to number of stories and the building height. I had done a soil boring And when the excavator was digging the full foundation, he found water above higher than we had found it in our boring at portions in the footprint, and therefore the building was constructed about 1.2 feet higher than the original approved plan. So that started the building height, sort of a domino effect. He had raised the basement floor slab. The walls of the basement were superior foundation walls, so they were precast. So they were lifted approximately 1.2 feet, and that caused the finished floor to be 4 feet above the finished grade, which created a technical story above grade for the basement. So although looking at the house, it only came out of the ground a foot to the finished floor above, which was approved and conforming. Therefore, it created a technical story above grade, and also created the condition where, as far as the building height goes, rather than measuring from the roof peak to the first floor, which was above finished grade, the calculation has to go from the roof peak all the way down to the basement floor, putting the actual number of feet on the building height at above 35 feet. So that 1.2 foot raise in the basement is what caused the building height and the number of story variances. And once again, that was found due to a soil boring, my soil boring, which I dug. I had dug to approximately 130 inches and didn't see any standing water whatsoever. However, I did note at about between 60 and 71 inches below the surface, I noted some iron staining there. So that's where I called this the seasonal high water table at 5 feet below the surface. This was not something where we're trying to push into water. That was in July. I guess it was a period of very low water table. And then when they were digging it about a year later in May, the water that they found actually came above that 50 inches up to about 4 feet below grade. So that's the reason why that the building was constructed about a foot higher than originally designed.
How did this even get caught? Does anybody know?
I guess the as-built survey, right?
You mean in the first place to raise it, or?
That the town found out that it was above grade.
Well, we had submitted a foundation location survey after the foundation was in, before the rest of the house was built. And that was approved. And then when the final survey with the grades, finished floor and basement floor grades, that's how it was found.
Kudos to the construction department for catching that.
When the contractor made the decision, found that high water table, did he consult you on recommendations on what to do, and whose decision was it to raise it the 1.2 feet?
He did, and I do have my notes from that conversation. And we talked about it, and since there was a higher water table and we had to keep the basement floor out, it was a consensus, because I recommended to keep keep the basement floor 1 foot above where the water was found.
So John,
Yes.
the building was under construction.
Yes.
And probably what should have been done is they should have stopped construction,
Somebody-
applied to the board,
Or ask the,
variances.
well, somebody should have asked the town. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds like nobody went to the building department either and said,
Yeah,
hey, by the way, we're gonna raise this up 1 foot too, is that a problem?
yeah,
Because it doesn't conform with the construction documents either, then.
Right, and we didn't realize that by 1 foot it would create all this can of worms.
But you're still building something that's different than what's on an approved permit.
You still moved it up, which moves everything up, right? And I would assume you guys would be able to figure out on a plan that
Yes,
now you're breaching. You know,
yeah, but the height was well under the building
but not according to
maximum
our
height. What's
zoning,
that?
right? Not according to our zoning, though, right? You have a technical third story.
Right.
I would expect somebody there who made the consensus to understand that making this change could have further impacts.
Yes.
Maybe we should have gone to the town and.
Yeah.
So,
And-
so I have a question for
Yeah.
our professionals. Do we approve third-story homes in the town? Do we have homes that are 3 stories in the town?
I think that's for you, Jim.
I didn't hear it.
I saw him avoiding.
I didn't hear it.
Do we have approvals for 3-story homes in town? Like, do we allow homes to be 3 stories?
So let me just, actually, let me break in that, thinking
Okay.
about the question. You don't allow it, they're not permitted by ordinance, which is why the variance is necessary. With that said, it doesn't matter whether you've done them before or you're doing them for the first time tonight. The reality is every application has to be based upon the application that's before you.
Got it.
So whether you've done it in the past or not done it in the past, it should be irrelevant. But no, they're not permitted, which is why the variance is
And just so the board understands, this ordinance is convoluted. There's not another one like this in the state in terms of defining stories above grade and building height and so on. So I can see how the applicants, professionals were looking at this and not realizing it was creating a variance situation. It's hard. Most people, when they look at the ordinance, they don't understand it. They come to me and say, can you explain it? And
So,
it was done because there were decisions made 20 years ago
Mm-hmm.
to make these changes, and it quite frankly, it just hasn't worked out.
But it is the
Yeah,
ordinance.
it is the ordinance.
It is the ordinance,
It's
but
the ordinance,
I
no
think what
question
Jim's
about
saying is that he
yeah.
understands as a professional
Yeah.
how the applicant's professionals didn't recognize what the
Yeah.
ordinance was saying.
Yes.
So it was an innocent mistake, I believe.
Yeah, that's
is
basically
what
what I'm
everybody's
saying.
saying. That
Yeah.
this isn't like the last situation in the last application where the contractor just went crazy and
Right,
just did whatever
Yeah,
he wanted.
yeah.
That's not what we're dealing with here.
So I have another question. It says that they're looking for approval for previously constructed 2-story dwelling and an in-ground swimming pool. Are we looking for approval for a pool that's already been installed?
It's been installed. It is, but the pool is compliant. I think it's the
It is. So we
surrounding.
had permits to install that.
Correct.
Okay. So the main.
The patio is requiring a variance too.
It's patio, and there's a little pad on the side with a fire pit.
Okay. So the patio was not constructed according to the plans.
Yeah, moving to the patio, the pool was designed 10 feet off the rear property line and a 3-foot wide patio was constructed between the pool and the rear property line.
So how many square feet of patio is not approved on the plans?
Well, that once again is a really small amount. I believe if that was 3 feet wide, that extra portion or less, it would conform. And I believe it's about 3.5 feet wide. So
Portions of the patio are more than 3 feet wide, which is what triggers the variance.
I'll say it again.
Just 3 feet wide, if it just had a 3-foot
Yeah.
wide walkway along the side of the pool, there wouldn't be a variance.
On the
It
backyard.
extends out beyond the pool where there's a much larger patio, so that's where there's a variance.
Well, that's what I need to know. How much of that larger patio, how many square feet of that larger patio was installed without the approval?
Without a scale, I can't tell.
I would say roughly 20 feet wide, 20 feet long by 3 feet.
Go into 20.
We're talking about the east side. It's the east side of the property.
The west.
The west side, is about
By the row
23
of trees.
feet by 3 feet, so it's around 66 feet. 69 feet. Square feet, yeah.
But again, that enlargement wasn't on the plan, correct? Original plan submitted?
Correct.
It was added after the fact.
Yes.
And it's, how much wider than 3 feet is it? Because 3 foot's allowed.
Yes, and it's at 3.7 feet. It's about 3 foot.
It's about 8 inches bigger.
8
than it should be.
inches. 8 inches too wide.
Yeah, I think it's a little, I think it's here, along this whole area, it's 8 inches too wide.
Yeah.
That's here. That's it. They said west side, but it's east side. Oh, it is west, okay, it is west here. Yep.
Are those pavers or concrete that's too wide?
Those are like a slate, granite type
Like a bluestone or something?
stone.
And just a quick, the basement first floor, so if it hadn't been raised a foot, it would have just been a basement and would have just been a two-story dwelling, is that correct?
Correct.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's the first floor, it's not a basement. No. Yeah, I love how the windows are conveniently
It
located.
would be a story.
Understood,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had a question about the basement condition, so back to that point. In some of the photos that were provided, this doesn't have to be marked as an additional exhibit, right? These are already in the packet.
They're in the packet as far as the application is concerned. We can mark them in separately just so they're referencing them. So let me do that. There are, it's part of it, you know what, it's just attached to A1, so we'll just reference it as the photos attached to A1.
Okay. The first two photos look like they are of the south facing elevation of the property. And there's windows shown into the basement, which also show up on the architectural plan.
Yes.
When the basement was raised, were those windows enlarged?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm struggling with how the windows would have worked if the basement was installed or built the way you described it, which would have been a foot lower.
Yes.
Those windows, if they were set into precast superior walls, the sill would have been flush with the ground, I'm estimating. They appear to be about a foot above the grade.
Right. Usually flood vents have to be within 1 foot. Openings are usually between 0 and 12 inches above grade.
Okay.
Is that a flood vent
Sometimes
though?
if they're lower, they'll have a window well around them. If they're actually below finished grade,
Okay.
drop a window well in around.
So the original intent with these windows was to have a well, so it would be slightly excavated.
Or to be right on grade.
Question what you're looking at. Okay, Mr. Gillespie, the first one we've just explained, it shows the property. This would be the top one would be looking towards the rear row of trees in the western border of the property, correct?
Yes.
And you can see a bit of the pool there. It's a long, narrow pool. And you can see the patio portion attached to the back of it, correct?
Yeah.
And then below that, you can see, again, this is looking at the rear of the property. You can see a portion of the pool there, and you can see the side of the house, correct?
Yes.
All right, and the next page, you can see the driveway looking towards the rear of the property. It shows the unfinished road to the left over there, Dow Avenue. It's, I guess you'd call it a paper street.
Yes.
Just to clear the record, Dow Place.
I'm sorry,
Because Dow Avenue is another street.
Dow Place. And then you can see in the next picture on the bottom is a front view of the property, showing the the architectural elements of the front.
Yeah, so that gives you a good idea. That's almost exactly 1 foot on the left side of that picture, 1 foot higher than was originally designed. The other side, which would be the right side, picture right, you'll see that that was less exposure there.
And then you can see on the next page, we have some more additional photographs, and this is a view of the front of the home, correct?
Yes.
And then you can see again on the side, that's where we have the placement of the air conditioners, and it looks like a generator, correct?
North side.
North side. In the next picture, you'll see it looks like a water on a pole. What is that?
Pool equipment on the north side.
And then again, we're showing you the air conditioners and the generator. One below that. So the next page, again, this is a view of the side entrance, correct? And the garage on the side of that. And the view on the southern border of the property. This is the southern border.
Yes.
You can see that there is a fence that surrounds the property, and fence in the backyard, screening the area of the pool. And there is in addition to a fence, there is a row of trees that have been planted there that shield the backyard. And then the next page is a photograph that shows the pool again, and it shows the area of the surround. Correct?
Yeah.
All right, and again, the area of the back of the house, you can see with the steps. Probably best photograph to show you of the pool and the surround area. Here we need the variance relief for the pool surround. And the picture on the bottom probably illustrates that even better than that. And you can see the row of trees and the fence that covers the back border of the property.
Yes.
So in regard to the elevation, that we have on the property now, and this was something that was, as has been explained, was done by somewhat of a confusion in regard to the elevations and the water table, correct?
Yes.
And if the water table had been as it had been when you had first done the measurements, there would not have been a problem, correct?
That's right.
And in regard to the surrounding properties around there, is the architecture of this building consistent?
Yes, it's consistent with the other dwellings in the neighborhood. Jim Higgins mentioned in his letter, this is the low side of a dead-end street, the low end of a dead-end street. So the house being 1 foot raised from its original approved elevation puts it about the same height as the house directly to the north of it. Doesn't appear.
John, what is the height from the finished grade to the top of the roof? Do you know?
Yep, the roof peak is
That might help the board.
70.9. And the finished grade at the front right corner is 37.6. So you have about 33.3 feet as you're looking at the front of the house. From the finished grade to the roof peak would be 33.3 feet.
So if this is approved, then the basement is considered a first floor.
Yeah.
What does that mean for use that they can now do at that level that if it was a basement they would not be able to do?
It wouldn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any
No,
difference.
it doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
The thing is, what I'm looking at is if the building were lowered 1.2 feet, then the measurement would be from the actual first floor, not the basement floor.
Right.
You could go up 35 feet from that, and the 35 feet plus the 3 feet that you would be allowed between the first floor and the finished grade would give you a visual 38-foot high building from the street. And what you're looking at, the way this is, you're looking at a 33-foot high building from the street.
So,
So I'm just looking at it in terms of visual impact.
yeah.
So you're saying, as of right, if it was constructed originally, they could do a higher
They
building?
could have done a higher building.
Yeah, I believe we had
I
about
just-
3 feet available.
Just so the board understands, when I look at these applications, every one we've had tonight, except for the first one, were things that were done, and you're looking at them after they're done. When I review them, I don't care whether they're done. I review them as if they're not done, and how would I look at it if this was put the way it is, was proposed the way it is actually constructed? Because I don't think this should be a punitive body. This should be a body that looks at proper planning practice. So when I looked at this, I looked at it and said he could put a building that's 5 feet higher as you're viewing it from the street. So I really didn't have a big problem with it, even though they did do it and should have come, somebody should have picked it up. They should have come back to the board for the proper approvals, although it probably would have taken them 6 to 7 months to do that. And I don't know if that's reasonable when the building's actually under construction for such a minor thing. But
Well, you should always come to the
yeah,
board.
You should
to
always,
second.
you should
Yeah,
always
you always come back to the
yeah,
board.
Yeah,
At least the
absolutely.
building department.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And amend the plan.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
would happen.
If you're not building what's on the plans, you need to amend the plans.
And I've seen, and just so you know, Jim, I mean, I've definitely been attorney for several boards where something like this arises. The board finds room on its agenda for the
Yeah.
emergency to
Yeah,
let them
that's
into
true,
event.
that's
So,
true, yeah.
but again, the rest of what Jim's saying, I 100% agree with everything he just said. In that you have to look at the application as if this thing did not exist, and what the board would do as if it had been
Yeah.
come before you originally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I had said, excuse me, Jim,
Yeah.
we had about a week after that conversation I referred to, when we found the water, a week later, on May 6th, 2024, we did submit an as-built foundation location survey noting the top of block, and as 1.2 feet higher than the original. It was submitted and it was approved.
By the town.
Yes, and
Well, could that be approved by the town without knowing the rest of the elevation though?
no, they had the original, they had reviewed all the architectural plans, and they probably thought too that, well, there's, as Jim said, about 3 feet building height that we could have gone higher, and this was a water table issue. It was a field change. The building was raised a foot, and no one, including myself, realized that that would then set into motion as it being a 3-story, and then the building height actually being measured all the way down to the basement floor. So that's how it unfolded.
So, Jim, what would, the basement was raised by 1.2.
Yes.
What would have been the threshold that it wouldn't have classified? At what measurement would the basement still have been a basement and not been considered a first floor?
If
Does
it,
that question make sense?
the first floor of the building, excluding the basement, the approval was at 36 inches above the finished grade, which is the maximum it could be without triggering.
So if they went up an
story.
inch, it would have
Yeah,
been.
went up an inch, it would have been.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
it was right, it was right there, okay.
The finished basement height never changed, right?
No.
I really don't have an issue with the basement, but the sidewalk or paver side, whatever you want to call it, it's kind of back to what we were talking before. It's getting a little tired of contractors coming back here.
Well, once again, I
Asking for
understand. Yeah.
forgiveness after the fact. And it's a pretty big ask for what project this scale.
Is it concrete? Did we ask that
He
question?
said it was stone.
Yes, it's, now, one thing I can offer is that there's a 6-foot fence directly, and also a row of arborvitae trees in between the applicant's property and the property to the west, and they're both backyards back to back.
I mean, we could do something similar and deed those same trees, right, if we wanted to. Similar to the previous case.
You absolutely could. Yes.
Is there anybody from the public that has problems?
Well, we can ask for public questions or comments at this time. No? Yeah. Mr. Matlock, we haven't heard from you.
Well, I don't really have any engineering issues with this application. It's an application that we had previously reviewed and approved, and there were, I had a report at the time it originally came to the board. Those comments were addressed. So this kind of technical variance doesn't generate any new engineering issues.
Good, thank you. Any other questions?
Are these the trees? Are they full growth or what are they? They're evergreens.
Yes, they're evergreens.
How high are they?
There's 23 evergreens, denoted on the plan. They look like they're about 6 feet high.
What are they?
Look like Leland cypress.
Cypress, so they'll get up to 30 feet.
All right, so I think what the board wants to do here, if I heard, you'd accept a condition where a deed restriction gets recorded that those trees have that landscape line that needs to be preserved. And if anything ever happens to one of them, you're gonna have to come back here and get approval for whatever's gonna replace them.
To get approval to replace or just replace?
To get if they come down, they need to be replaced, and
Absolutely.
you're gonna have to get approval for what they're being replaced with.
From whom?
But what about like
it's either gonna be the board engineer or planner, and if you don't agree, then it's gonna have to be the board.
Okay.
And that's the way it basically would work. I mean, if the board engineer, they don't necessarily just have to come back to the board, and I'll do in the previous application too, just so everybody understands. What they would have to do is get approval from the board engineer and planner, which basically you're looking for is that adequate screening is being provided.
Yeah, so if they replace it with something in kind, nobody's gonna have an issue, but if they try and replace it with
Exactly.
a
One
short
question
shrub.
I would have, would it be the township engineer or planner or the board engineer?
It would be the board engineer and planner,
Okay.
because we're the ones approving the
Okay,
application.
Okay, I'll ask one more time. Any questions, comments from the public? If not, any questions from the board? Okay, I'm gonna close the public comment question. And would anybody like, all in favor to close? I don't need to do that. I'll just do it myself. I did it again. Okay, would anybody like to make a motion?
Can I sort the variances out for my motion?
The variances, it's a long list.
Well, I mean, I guess what I want to.
The special
I
conditions.
want to take the patio out. Can I treat the house and the patio as two separate votes?
Well,
You can.
yeah, if you could just require, you can deny the variance for the setback of the patio, which means they would have to reconfigure the patio to comply.
Would that be cutting 0.7 feet off? So it's only 3 feet wide?
Yeah,
Is that
0.7, and where the patio is wider than 3 feet, you would have to cut it 10 feet from the property line.
they wouldn't have to come back for that
No.
because they'd just be compliant.
No, I mean, they
They would be compliant.
They'd be resolution compliant.
Because quite frankly, when I look at that, I don't see any planning reason.
No, there
for
isn't.
granting that variance.
I agree.
Yeah,
So I would positive resolution on the height of the house, but negative resolution on the setback for the patio.
I'll second that.
All right, so then we don't need the
Deed
deed restriction would come out, I guess?
Yeah, the deed restriction
Yeah.
would come out, yeah.
I need it.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's no there. Presumably, if it were to come back compliant, yeah, okay.
It would just,
Yes, Yes, it would be both. It would be to approve everything regarding the house, but denying any relief respecting the patio.
And then they would have to submit a revised plan.
There's a
with
separate
recommendations.
plan.
They would have to submit a revised plan showing that the patio has been.
You're talking the
brought
side
back
yard
compliant.
setback of the patio.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the patio also has a front yard setback to Dow Place, as I recall. And that, I don't think that road will ever be improved. So I
That,
don't really
Colleen,
see-
you'll inspect, somebody's gonna inspect that.
Alright, so I wanna make sure that we're okay here. So we're not having a problem with the 30-foot front yard setback? It's only the 10-foot side and rear yard setback, is that what you're saying, Jim?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Is that what the board's understanding
Is
is?
that what the board-
Side and rear yard setback, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Alright, so you are granting the variance as far as the 30-foot front yard setback is concerned? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just along the rear line. He would like that taken out. Yeah. It's about half of a foot.
So it's a 6.4 rear to pool patio
Yeah.
is being denied.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the only thing being denied?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. Just wanna make sure I get it right. But the 29-foot to front to the pool patio is okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a 6.4 rear. Alright, so that's the motion, everyone understands? Just making sure we're all on the same page. It's complicated, okay. And was there a second to that?
I second it.
No.
No,
And we should be clear on that, if you don't like this motion and you want to approve the entire thing, you should just vote no, and then someone else will make another motion later on.
Mr. Ashkenazi?
Yes.
Mr. Shimura?
Yes.
Mr. DeGenaro?
Yes.
Mr. DeLuca?
Yes.
Ms. Lippman?
Yes.
Mr. Fuccielli?
Yes.
And Mr. Lyness?
Yes.
Thank you.
hey, thank you.
That is our last case of the night. Anyone want to make a motion to close?
I'll motion.
The meeting? Second? All in favor?
Aye.